Hamitakyapi. Today is National Truth and Reconciliation Day. This day honors Indigenous survivors, their families, and communities, and ensures that public commemoration of the tragic and painful history of the residential school is a vital component of the reconciliation process. The Government of Canada recently passed legislation to make September 30th a federal statutory holiday and is committed to reconciliation and ensuring that the history and ongoing legacy of the residential schools is never forgotten. In observance of this day, Sioux Valley Dakota Nation will be hosting an event at the Brandon Residential School site in Grand Valley Provincial Park, and we welcome each of you to attend. Please take the time today to reflect and remember our loved ones and survivors. Every child matters.
Hamatakiapi, Melissa Hotayamakiapi. When I think about the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, I think of it as an opportunity to remember, reflect, and to honor the survivors and the children that were lost in the Indian residential schools. As we know, many of our parents and grandparents were part of that legacy and that system. And many of us younger generations are intergenerationally impacted by those schools. So when I think about those, I think it's also um, it's not only a day to reflect, but we live with these every day, and it's important that we continue to remember and take steps for time and take steps in time to honor and to heal from those negative effects. I also think about the the day itself is also something that is just one step coming together in the spirit of reconciliation, not only for ourselves but also to invite other Canadians to know that history and to be having that conversation with us on what can be done for reconciliation. And I think those conversations still need to happen. And I think there's an opportunity to do those in a good way. And again, when I talk about just one day, it's something that needs to be done more regularly than one day. So there's still several calls to action that need to happen. And this is just one of those days to do that work.
Shijajabana ota iea pia ehanahna makaona. Urewaza kapi ka ure ktepi. Shijajabana Nina ota iea pia 1500 Western provinces, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, Ohio. Wichota iea pia. Hecha mitakwepi. I'm better kinda that waho wichawi apta shichachavana yeavana. Nago chandel shichape. Katogata kia doked. Wagan chajata vana yewi apta. Hahan dagoas yokpia makochiki. Hahan oyate piki hana achbayaget uste etki aikte. Iho hanana pekte na bechi usapia iokpia. Pidamak yapia.
Hello everyone, my name is Lila Tachin and today is the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, formerly Orange Shirt Day. Today is a day for everyone to recognize and commemorate the legacy of residential schools. This day is important to me because working in social services, I see and I am very aware of the effects of intergenerational trauma. Because of this, I believe that it is very important that everybody's experience and truths are not only told, but acknowledged and listened to at a national level. This day is not about celebrating. This day is about calling upon Canada and all Canadians to acknowledge and listen to the experiences of survivors, their families, and to honor and remember those that never got the chance to make it home. Every child matters.
Hi, my name is Helena Mazas-Hichna. I'm the General Manager for Sioux Valley Petro Canada. Today is the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. Sioux Valley Petro Canada has always honored Orange Shirt Day and acknowledged residential school survivors and their truth and experiences. Our partner company, Petro Canada, is making major commitments and supporting First Nations and residential school survivors. We have been honored to help them want to learn about truth and reconciliation. We think this day is the first step in many steps in the direction of healing. We hope the government continues to support our survivors and the generation to come. Every child matters.
Hi, my name is Anna Bone. And today is September 30th, Truth and Reconciliation Day. I just want to talk about why this day is important to me. Both of my parents attended residential schools, but they didn't share very many stories of what happened there or how they were treated. And now, as a teacher, I was showing students some of the things that are happening this week. And they are very interested because this is something they haven't heard about. To some, it's something new. It was formerly known as Orange Shirt Day, but now it's changed to Truth and Reconciliation. And that's about all I'm going to say. And every child matters.
Hi, my name is Corrine Harper. I'm the guidance counselor from Sioux Valley High School. Today we are having a day of truth and reconciliation, which was formerly called Orange Shirt Day. September 30th is a date that's going to stick out in our minds for many reasons. Basically, truth and reconciliation are two words that are very strong and they need to be understood by everyone. Truth is something that the survivors have always wanted to tell. And for me, reconciliation means that it's a view that needs to be believed by both and all cultures involved. This means that society needs to believe the survivors, needs to believe their stories, and to attempt to understand the issues that were involved in the traumas that they experienced in residential schools. Society's acceptance and belief of these atrocities is a start to understanding and empathizing with the children who made it home. They are the true survivors of the residential school experience. After coming home from residential school, many locked away the trauma that was inflicted on them. Many buried their experiences too deep within themselves that it made them physically sick. Sickness came in forms of physical diseases, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, sickness from alcoholism, cirrhosis, disease of the liver. Mental health is also one that the survivors came across and were not shown how to show emotion while they were in school. They had feelings that came from different hurts that they experienced. Some survivors did not experience any atrocities, but those that did were scarred for the rest of their lives. Talking about their experiences was painful, and often those would just keep quiet and never talk about their experiences, whether it was good or bad, in honor of their friends. How does it affect their children and grandchildren? Many held the education system and the church responsible for the atrocities. Some still don't trust any system to take care of their children. Reconciliation will also allow survivors and their children to publicly declare to all those who will listen, this is the reason why so many of our people lived lives filled with pain and sorrow. Their history was something no one should have to endure. Many took those experiences to the grave. If society looks at Indigenous people differently, then the national holiday will be recognized to all those who empathize with us. And declaring this holiday every year will give people time for thought and action. It should be done on a daily basis, not just one day. And remember all that every child matters. Thank you.